Welcome back to another Tera Plays Tera video. Welcome back to Tera News. Today I have some very fun, interesting information to bring y'all, as we are coming close to a new patch coming out. Within that though, I want to say how happy I have been of Bluehole's work. You know, it's really cool to see that they are doing constant updates once again. It's been more than once a month now occasionally, and the fact that we're getting a new dungeon is amazing. So I do want to take the beginning of this and just give Bluehole a huge shout out. Within that, I do want to cover a few other things that leads us into the customer support and developers. For those who were on Xbox in NA and EU, this past weekend, or it was maybe like Friday or something, there was one day of the week that Xbox was just not able to log on to the game. And this is a really cool experience for me to talk about because unfortunately I wasn't free during the day. Actually, it was Thursday, that's how I remember now. I wasn't free, I was busy streaming and doing other stuff. And the cool thing is when I reached out to the support staff, they actually asked if I could help, and it was awesome to be able to actually work with support and help them fix the issue, because they didn't know what the issue was and if the issue was on their side or if it was just server, what it was. But it turned out that I was able to look at my version of Tera and tell them what version I currently had, and they were able to check that with the server, and they actually realized that they released too much information, I think it was, on the Xbox client's side, and that's the reason why we couldn't log in for a whole day. So really cool that, you know, I was able to work with support in fixing this issue, and I'm really happy I was a part of that, and I hope I get to be a part of working with them on more stuff in the future, and I hope this is a cool stepping stone. Now, I did talk to them about some other stuff, and they said they're gonna release more info about this situation, either, you know, later. I think it was yesterday. By the time this released, they should release something yesterday about it. Hard to say, because again, I'm recording this a few days before release. But yeah, overall, I was just happy to have that experience to work with customer support and help them solve the issue, and even being able to talk to y'all in the Tera Discord, you know, to see like, hey, is anyone getting online? It was really cool to have that interaction between Discord and customer support and developers on what's going on, and it was just really amazing to be able to communicate to y'all and them at the same time and come up with a resolution for all of Xbox. So very happy about that, and honestly I'm really happy how quick they worked. As soon as I messaged them, they got back to me. I actually feel bad I didn't have my phone on me, and they actually DM'd me over Instagram before I even messaged them. So, you know, I feel horrible that I couldn't get back to them as quickly, but overall, it's an amazing experience. So that leads us into another thing. I talked to them before they, before we ended our conversation, and, you know, as I tried to do, I tried to ask questions, and I do have an announcement about, Cursed AA that I will release. If they don't release in the patch notes or they forget, I just want to put it here. For anyone who's wondering, they are going to reduce the crit resist factor on Cursed AA, so all ninjas, zerks, orcs, archers, everyone who needs to build crit, it should be similar to Bahar. I know you guys are very happy that they did this. So that's really cool that they got that information out to me and I can then present it to y'all. I think they might update it in the patch notes, but they also might not. But they have changed that, so that's great. Going along with the patch notes, last week I kind of read something a little weird. Again, it was the stigmas. Stigmas are now, I'm not sure if it's changing or just adding this to stigmas, but it's giving us a decreased damage from bosses with that said weakness. So basically this is either we're losing the damage, the boss damage weakness roll for that, or we're adding that on top of it. Again, we'll see more when the patch releases, but I was confused about the patch notes. I'm still not 100% sure what exactly is happening, if they're just adding it, changing it, but basically we will know that stigmas now are going to give us decreased damage, so we'll take less damage when they're like +5 versus, you know, base stigmas. So now tanks and priests will have a reason to you know, level up their stigmas, not just like a healer who only is using stigma for cooldown that didn't care for the damage. Well, now you'll take less damage. Again, not sure if it's going to have both rules, if it's going to have one or the other. We'll have to see when they make the change in game. That's just one thing that I kind of got a little messed up, and again, I'm still not 100% clear on it. Another glitch that a friend brought up to me, because I was like, hey, what's things we could start working on in the game, is that for anyone who hasn't noticed, if you have normal noctenium infusions in your inventory when using other nocteniums, this has a chance to mess with your ping and lag your game. I haven't experienced it too much. I've maybe experienced it a little. This is something that people have been experiencing for a long time, so maybe in time that will get fixed, or maybe we can just have the normal nocteniums removed, because I feel like nowadays there's so many ways to have that, you know, buff covered. And honestly, let me know if you use normal noctenium still or not, because I think it's something that maybe just overall removing them could fix that. Going across another glitch I talked about in a recent video, I called it a Smir glitch. DZ actually reached out to me and said that it's not a smear. What you're seeing is actually a enlarged version of the picture. So basically the game's zooming in on the picture of whatever the item is, and hopefully this will also be fixed in 109.01. They mentioned in one of their notes on the website that they plan to fix that in the next update, which now we're approaching. The last thing I'm going to talk about in today's video is the Kaia's recipes for the materials. When this dropped, I had no clue where to get them. I can tell people, anyone who wants the Kaia's energy recipe, you can buy it from any smelting vendor. If it's not any, you can definitely get it from the one in Highwatch, but we still have no clue where the essence and protection is. So let's wait till this patch drops, and if it doesn't drop, you know, I'll try to reach out to the devs and be like, hey, what's up? Were these meant to be a dungeon drop? You know, it's some confusion on where to get these designs for anyone who wants to craft their essence and protection. I also noticed a weird inconsistency with this, and that's that, you know, to craft 5 protection, or to craft 4 essence, I apologize. To craft 4 essence, you need 5 protection, and no, I'm reading that horribly wrong. I apologize. So, in a way, it takes 5 protection to get 4 essence, right? But if it crits, it goes to 6. So, you use 5 to get 1 less. But if you use 5 essence, you get 5 protection, and when that crit, it goes to 7. That's a really weird inconsistency. I'll reach out to them when these do drop if they don't fix it. If it's meant to be a 1-to-1 ratio, or if we're meant to lose 1 by doing the conversion. I think they really need to look at this, because I'm going to be honest, if it's meant to be a 1-to-1 ratio, and crit's meant to give 2 extra or 1 extra, then this seems like a really weird, hack that I want them to look into, because you can get technically unlimited of these resources by, you know, just spending crafting kits. By critting, you can get 2 extra. So I think devs, we may need to look into that before it becomes an issue. Again, it's 500 crafting kits at least, so you'll have to spend some gold, but it could be an interesting way to, like, funnel a crazy amount of Kaia's protection and essence. Again, I don't know, maybe it's meant to be 4 and 6, which then there's that risk of losing 1 and gaining 1 to making it a 1-to-1. But if it's the 5 and 7, then it's pure profit constantly if you get a crit. So again, I don't really know because we don't even have the designs to test these. So once we get the designs, I'll do some testing and then I'll let them know, because that seems awkward. Unless you all have found the designs, then let me know in the comments below. That's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you have, go ahead and hit that like button. If you got any questions, comments, or maybe you have a concern at this point about some of the stuff that's been said that we're getting, feel free to put that in the comment section and I'll do my best to get back to them. If you're new to the channel and you like this content and you want to see more, consider subscribing. And if you keep coming back to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please do so, as I greatly appreciate that. That's about it, and I hope to see you in Aboria, gamers.